Hello and welcome. This is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and you are absolutely in the right place at the right time in the right way, because this is the virtual Commanding Wealth Circle, where we get together each and every week. Pardon me moving this around. I want to put it in one place so we can find each other. This is the new time. We are meeting at noon Central Time on Tuesdays. This is going to be the regular meeting time and link to get to the meeting space. And if you are new or are not yet part of the TOC Money Mindset Mastery Group, right now all of the videos for this call and past presentations are still being hosted on the Facebook group. As things move forward, there will be ways for me to post this in double places, but right now this is going to be the most efficient way for me and you to meet and get the videos. Okay, so I want to do a quick little check-in, and if you want to go ahead and turn on your video camera, that would be awesome. And that way, the reason I ask people to do that is something happens. I'm gonna, but there's somebody, I don't know, when they watch their video, they're doing like this, they're trying to watch it, and then every once in a while we get that upshot of the nose or their ear, or suddenly they're scurrying across the room, and I thought this might be a little better way to have things a little less distracting. I want to first check in. Can you hear me okay? I don't have a computer. That's fine, Carmen. This is perfectly fine. But now if you have a computer and you're able to turn on the screen, now's a great time. It's not a requirement, and we can still hear everybody. So I just want to kind of explain what we do here and how it generally works, and how this can best work for you. Okay, so if we have not had a chance to meet yet, I don't know why we wouldn't have at this point. Maybe a friend invited you to the call, or maybe you are watching the video on either YouTube or through our Facebook group. And if you are watching a replay, do me a favor, type in #replay into the comments, and I'll be sure and say hi and watch your comments there. But I'm Catherine Perry. I'm the Big Vision Coach, and I am the president of Commanding Wealth Seminars, and then I do life and business coaching for small business owners, thought leaders, and solopreneurs who have this bigger vision about the good that their business can do out in the world as they are going about that business of being in their genius and their superpower. And the purpose of this group is, one, to have a place that we can come together and have a way to experience the one command process. The one command written by Asara Lovejoy, my friend and business partner for many years, who created the process by the same name and wrote a book called The One Command. And we got to travel the world teaching these programs, and this circle was the piece that we taught in each and every meeting. And it was this circle experience that I really and truly, I think above all else, as much as I love the One Command and everything it's done for me, it was the circle experience itself that I believe really was the big turning point in my life. I had to point back and go, hey, what was the thing, right? We take all these little like jigs and jogs, and we take action and we meet people. But I think the thing that really created the big activation that moved me forward in the bigger way was the experience of what I saw, who I got to be in the circle, and what I received as a result of that time. So the first thing I did in my business was I set up a circle. The very first thing in my community, and that little circle that I think the first group had about a dozen people in it. We met about once a month, and that circle turned into a worldwide group. At one point, we were in 17 countries. We have practitioners, circle leaders, and I'm going to be teaching people how to be a circle leader in their little corner of the world. And we'll talk more about that at another time. This is not the time for that. But it just made such a big difference in my life. I felt like it was really important to share it. And so what we do in the circle is I kind of teach you some of the principles behind it, a little teaching, but mostly this is so that we can apply the one command. And so what I'm interested in is what it is that you want to attract, create, or manifest. I may help you with formatting the right command. And then I'm going to be at, what I want you to do on your part of this is, one, when you think about what it is that you want to create, there's this, and I'm going to start my famous finger puppet, hand puppets here. There's where you are now. There's what it is that you want to attract, create, or magnetize. Maybe you have this bigger goal, but you don't know why you can't get to it, right? So what is that? That's the gap. For some people, that gap is, hey, I want to start a business, but I don't have money, or I want to create a retreat center, but I don't have any idea. I just keep having this big desire, and it keeps moving me forward. So between that thing where we are now and what it is that we want to create, there's that gap. Unless we really know and are intentional, right? I'm going to say, unless we're really intentional, what we will put into that gap are our fears, our limitations, and what will happen is we will get distracted, we'll get pulled away, our self-doubts will take over, and all those psychological games. And then we wind up circulating in this gap. And we go, I'm trying to get to it. I want to get to it, but I don't know how. And with the one command, that I don't know how is actually the magic key to creating it, because we're trying to normally, in our normal way of thinking, is we're trying to do all the right stuff so we can get all the right results, right? But what we hear in a lot of teaching is, first you must be that. You got to be that person. You got to be carry the essence of that, and then it'll create from that. And that's true. But if you don't know how, you don't know what that is, and you don't know how to detach from your ordinary way of thinking or being, it's kind of hard. So the one command is a powerful tool for that. The other piece is that we have this thing called relationships in our lives, of people who may really love us. I mean, I know my family loves me and believes in me, and your family loves you and believes in you. And you have friends that go, yeah, go get it. You can do it. You're smart as them. Why not? Yes, yes, you can. But the same people, and I'm going to speak personally, those same people may unconsciously and sometimes intentionally sabotage you. And the reason is because your ambition is very uncomfortable for them. You're outside of their comfort zone. And there could be a fear of losing you. And so what they will do is they will try to bring you back to their comfort zone rather than push you outside of yours. It'd be a rare friend that knows how to do that. Okay. So we have these relationships, and that's another reason the circle is so important, is because we're holding that space for your vision, and we're meeting you as a master creator who absolutely has the ability to create it. And we are witnessing that it is already done. Okay. So here's where you are. Here's where you want to be. We have this gap. The way that we know we have that gap is we might have a thought, an image, or an idea. There could be a feeling. There could just be a sense of, yeah, I could do it, but maybe there's some confusion. Maybe you feel a little frozen. You go, yeah, I know I could do that, but first, let me take care of the clutter. First, let me get my life in perfect order. First, let me do this other stuff. First, let me just keep doing every single thing the exact same way I've always done it, even though it's not working, but I need to do it a little longer, and then I can change, right? And it's just resistance, right? We don't know really what's on the other side of that because we get so focused on that thing we need, okay? We get so focused on that, and we might call it the money, we might call it the ways, we might call it the resources, but we wind up putting our attention on the limitation rather than the thing that we really want. And pardon my bad here, but I'm going to go ahead and use my granddaughter's cup that she left. It is not, I need to get an elegant cup, but what we focus on is this thing. Here I am, this is what I want. I want to get out of pain, really is what this is. I want to get to something more is what this is. But what we don't know is what we are really need to command for is this greater idea, okay? Because we are focusing on the wrong things. We need to keep our eye on that greater thing. But it's hard. It's really hard. So how can we get beyond that? We go up to theta. We get out of our ordinary way of thinking and being. But here's the other thing. Hand puppets again. Different hand, same hand, okay? There's that version of ourselves. That's that greater self. That's our future self. And I happen to believe what I've come to believe after all these years of talking to angels and guides and spirits and everything else. I've come to believe that all of that support is actually coming from our future self. And that's why it knows exactly what to say to us. It knows exactly what to point to. But that's another conversation. I really believe it's us talking to us from the future. Now, there could be a fearful version of yourself from another future where you are imagining the worst. And yeah, that exists too, because all things exist. But what we're here to do is to align to that greatness that you already are, to the master that you already are, and aligning to this greater creation that already is, and letting everything else collapse so that it is natural and easy. Does this sound interesting? Does this sound like something that would be beneficial? Okay, great. If you have the ability to, you can go ahead and turn on your camera now. And I just want to welcome everybody to the journey. And what we like to do in this is we like to do a little check-in because we're building a relationship together. Now, as the group gets larger, it may be a little harder to check in personally the way that we've been doing so that we can keep to time. But I like to just check in, see how you're doing. Like I like to hear about if there's any like progress, if there's any good news. I really love to hear about good news. And then what it is that you want to create, and you might ask for support, okay? But just like introduce yourself, let us know if there's anything good to share, and what it is that you'd like to create and how we can support you. Okay, so I'm going to start with Carmen because she is like on the top line, and then I'll go to Richard next. So Carmen, welcome to the call.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi. Well, Carmen is working away, and I just have to say I saw the listing on your beautiful home, and it looks fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. We had our first showing this morning, so.
How'd it go?
And it's the top of their list. They have a home to sell, so I asked that everything just comes together in divine order. So.
Okay. Well, what are you commanding for today?
I am commanding. My new project is figuring out what I want to do on my next step. So, and a longtime friend of mine reminded me last night that I was once told by this gal Reen that I worked with for years, that she said my real estate gift is very different from what everybody else does, and that I needed to own that and acknowledge that. And so Suzanne reminded me of this last night, and I said, well, that's perfectly appropriate for what I'm working on for the next step. So that is what I want to command, is getting a vision of how to create that so that it is, and owning it. So.
Okay. So you have an idea of what that is already, right? And
Right.
what you're needing is clarity. Okay. So I don't know how I have a crystal clear vision of the map. I don't have a crystal clear vision of the map to the fulfillment of my dream.
Ooh.
I only know the map is clear now and I am fulfilled. Aren't y'all glad we're recording this? Yeah, so I don't know how I have a crystal clear vision of the map. The fulfillment of my goal. I only know the way is clear now and I am fulfilled.
Thank you.
Yeah, like, yeah, let's get that one. Okay, we can end the call. Carmen, help us do the perfect one. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to check in with Richard, and then Shama's next. So, hi, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing terrific, Catherine. Great to see you.
It's good to see you too. Looking handsome in your green today. Green for money.
Yeah, really. Green. Yes.
So, how are things going in general?
In general, doing well. I just just that Chris has done the 3 acts are done. Just that we're fine tuning them now. We fine tune the first act, except for one little thing. And he's doing fine tuning on the second act and third act. And I just go through my okay, of course. There's a couple of things I want to, just minor stuff really at this point.
Okay.
So basically, what I'd like to command for today is just simply or profoundly, whatever. I'd like to simply command that this play, this audio movie, be ready to be launched by this spring. That's what
the play is launched,
command is.
right? So I don't know
This is
how
the
the
last
play
day
is
of spring.
launched.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how the play is launched. I only know it's launched now, and it is a success.
Yeah.
Because we can be getting ready forever.
Unless well, the have been behind this, so it's
unless you're from Texas, and if you were to say I'm fixing to, then I'd know that you were really close. But getting ready is forever.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know how this play is launched and is a success. I only know it's successful now, and I am fulfilled.
Yeah, I'll work with that. Thank you.
Yeah, bring it all into the present, into here and now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Richard. Shama, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Kathleen. How are you?
I'm fine. Did you get my text this morning?
Yes. Thank you so much. It was 15 minutes before I finished the registration.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What are you commanding for today?
Okay. I'm requesting and commanding universe to get justice. This request is about my adopted nephew. I adopted him when my sister passed away. And since then, I'm requesting God to make a justice. I need justice for my sacrifice. He is now 40 years old and have 2 kids. And I will briefly go because I will not discuss the whole story, which injustice made me a writer. And twice I published my book, one on Barnes and Noble, digital book, just to make an educational play. We have a good setup with couple of medias we have. So that's I'm commanding that my nephew's son, who is 40 years old, he helped support me to make justice and help me to make an educational play, how I sacrifice my life for him and educate his father.
Okay, so how about this? I don't know about the justice piece, honestly, because there seems to be some sting, some energy around that. But we can have favor, and that the word favor comes in more than justice for you. I'm just, because that justice is that left, right, bang, and it seems very hard. The rules of law are very different than the rules of karma. Okay, and you know this, but for some
Yes.
reason, what is coming up for me is, aligning to come back to why you want this. Okay, and aligning to the greater good and taking you out of it for the moment, because right now there's a lot of struggle and opposition in the way that you're talking about that, and even in the feeling, because like the more you spoke, I just felt more and more separation. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So there's a beautiful Rumi field that says, between right doing and wrongdoing,
Okay.
there is a field, I'll meet you there. Okay. Between right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field, I'll meet you there. And see, now my spiritual energy is opening up. And so we want to remove justice, right doing, wrongdoing. What we want is healing. That's the purpose of your story, right? That's
Yes.
why you want to tell it. And so we don't know what healing needs to happen in you, what needs to happen in your son-in-law, or in the relationship that needs to happen in order for this to be fulfilled. Right now, we don't know.
It's not son-in-law, my nephew.
Your nephew, excuse me. So right now, I don't know how this situation is healed and made right? Because the body understands, our energy body understands healing and making whole again. Okay? I don't know how this situation is healed and made right. I only know that my story is told and millions are healed as a result.
Okay.
You feel the difference in that energy, how it's more elevated, and it moves you to what it is that you really want. The reason, the aligning to that higher purpose and taking us out of that struggle piece. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
But please, again, and I just want to say this again for the people on the call, between right doing and wrongdoing, there is a field, I'll meet you there. And that's from the Essential Rumi. And this field that we're meeting in is consciousness, and where there's no, you or me, it's just I am, right? So the I am in me is greeting the I am in you, is greeting the I am in the publishers and your son, and the I am in the world that we want to have an impact on, right?
Yes, I don't have peace because I want to say truth to my son, and I want the same love. He loved me only in this world. And so there's a true story in my book, and only he can watch that play, and that's what God can bring, or through one command we can.
Well, right now it's the God in you. Okay. So that's the command. Okay. Because it's, I'm just going to hold to that, right? I don't know how this situation is healed.
Okay.
I only know this could even be I don't know how this situation is healed. I only know I am healed and restored now, and I am fulfilled. So yeah, there's some pieces there, and we're going to work on that. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and thank you very much. And stay tuned, because we're going to all go up together. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, my love. All right. I'm going to come to Sue Bergman. Hi, Sue.
Hi. Hi, Catherine. How you doing?
Just fine. Can you turn on your camera for a second?
Sure. Here I
There
am.
you are. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing, friend?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I've been thinking about what you're saying and the question of what is it that I want? What is it on the other side? So today, I think when I put everything aside, all the practical things and all my projects and everything else I'm working on, which is the practical application of stuff, what I'm really wanting is I don't know how I can share my message, and I think that's probably it.
Okay. So what's in your
think-
gap, though, is a lack of confidence and the idea that people won't listen to you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I can because there's somebody telling you no, right?
Okay.
I don't know how I have the ability because I don't know who'll let me
Gotcha.
get on their show because it's just me, right? So
Okay,
that lack of
gotcha.
confidence. So
Okay.
guys, when I'm talking about the gap, I didn't tell you the other half. So that gap is what are we putting in? We're putting our doubts, our fears. But when we are intentional and we do the one command, we are filling up that gap with the way. And like what I said was Shama, there's a vibration, there's a field that has a higher and greater good than what we even know for ourselves, right? And in that field, as we align to it, all the skills, attributes, abilities, the resources, the miracles, everything happens. But we have to allow that field to exist, knowing that everything we need is already there. Okay? So right now, it's not what you think you need. You don't know what you need for the next step, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So instead of, and the language needs to be simpler. So I don't know how I am free. I don't know how I am confidently sharing my message and people are listening to me. I only know I am heard now and I am fulfilled.
Okay.
And so there could be heard, and I only know it could be I am received and accepted, because you got this other thing. I don't know how I'm with people who receive my message and accept my gifts. Now, guys, what I'm demonstrating is there's not one perfect command. We have to kind of like be with it. And just as I made that first statement, she made the shift, and then this other consideration came in. And this is what happens for you. Is that making sense, Sue? Is that, thank you.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you.
So now we've moved past it. So now what naturally started happening was some of what we call considerations. So I don't know how the people who have been looking, have been seeking my message, find me. I only know that we find each other now. And it's easy to talk to them. Now, and I am fulfilled. I think we're,
Okay.
I tell you what, just going through this, are you guys, is this helpful to help people get to just kind of talk about that a little bit? So now what comes up? What is it you want to command for?
I think you've pretty much summed it up. I have been very much sort of caught up in the how, not the what.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think at this point, I mean, there are practical considerations, there are skill sets and so on. And I think I've come to a point where I have acquired and become competent enough in those that I can now move on to this. I don't have to be so concerned about the how now, because I've done the work on that.
Yep.
So it was sort of like, but then I sort of got stuck in going round and round in circles in, oh, I need to learn the skill, or I need to do this, or I need to do that. But I'm at a point where I've learned what I need to move me forward now.
Yeah.
So I think this is the next step. So what am I going to do with those skills? Well, I need to share them. I need to be able to get in touch with people. And so I think that's the next step for me. So I think,
the skill of talking to people is the most overlooked skill of all. The skill of being able to reach out and say, would you like to have an appointment and let's talk? Oh my God, she's a wizard. Oh my God. But first, let me take a coding course. Let me buy one more tutorial, right? It's okay.
Oh,
right.
Catherine, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go to Alex Shaw next. Hello, beautiful Alex. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Alex, where in the world are you today?
Oh, actually, I'm sitting in my bed. This is the 70 Names of God.
Okay.
Yeah, Kabbalah. So I had it blown up so I could see it every night, so I can have no excuse not to pray.
I love that. That is beautiful. Thank you. I love that energy. So,
thank you.
what are you commanding for?
Well, with this time off, I've really just had like a constant flow of we could, do this book, this ebook, and I've got like 4 different ideas, and and you have to do your regular work as well. People call for counseling, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying it's sometimes you get really into your creative fire, and then other things happen. So, right. So basically, I just need to sort out what's going to be the most effective situation for me. Because with the automatic writing, you just sit down, you connect, it start. You know how you do that. It just starts flowing, and and I keep getting into different things that I hadn't thought about. Right. So I really probably need the focusing more than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's kind of a way to think about it too, because when you're in that creative space, you've got to let it just flow. You can't have a realistic thing, right? And commanding,
absolutely,
we teach the Disney strategy, and we start with, hey, first you just got to be creative, and some of it may not make sense or be realistic. You just get it all out, right?
Right. Oh,
and yeah, and then some of it may be for now, some may be for later, right? You can go,
yes,
hey, I want to keep that in my creative file, right? And capture as much as you can.
Sure.
Don't take action. But then the next is, hey, realistically, based on capabilities or what it is I want to accomplish and skills or whatever, realistically, which one's going to get me there faster, right? And then you make a good guess, right? And then what are the steps? And then you do the critic. And right now, what's stopping you is that this idea that you can make a mistake or go in a wrong direction. And you have such incredible skills and gifts. It doesn't matter. I just want to encourage you, because literally, Alex, you are such a high vibration spiritual person, and the gifts that you have and what you're bringing with people, the modality and the message doesn't matter. What rises up is this other teaching. It's you literally can't take them to a wrong place.
Right.
They just need to be in your field.
Right.
Okay. And
thank you.
So just whichever one, follow your nose, follow the one that has the most energy for you, because you have really good instincts. It's just your head gets in the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it does. So follow the thing that is hot to you, and that you really care about. And then you have to then you'll test it and go, hey, this is what's up. And your passion, people are going to want to get on board. And you may be writing a couple of courses, is what you're actually doing.
Right.
And now's a good time to be thinking about, hey, what is the better experience that I can create for people? But that's what this time really is about.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
yeah, you're getting so much information. So yeah, because it just looks like there's this one thing, and then it's like all these tree roots. Everything's kind of coming in, and so right now I'm going to just let those tree roots kind of come back to a clear focus.
Sure.
So that's command. I don't know how I have a clear focus.
Yes.
On the right actions and the right timing. For some reason that came in. I don't know. I only know that I'm taking the right action at the right time now, and I am fulfilled.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, and this big purple line just kind of popped in. So,
right.
How's that feel? Is that helpful?
I can feel the vibration.
Yeah.
I mean,
I bet everybody else is feeling that too.
Yeah, this is a crazy footnote, but 3 weeks in a row, I was going to be at the night class, and 3 in a row, incredible opportunities to make money popped up. And I'm like, it's working. It's working.
Hey, making money's always better than talking about making.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kathleen. Appreciate you. God bless.
You. I appreciate you too. So we'll turn off there we go. And I'm going to come to Joanna Brandy next. Hi, Joanna. How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Oh, look at you. Hi.
Nice to see you. Nice to be back, I should say, huh?
Yeah. About this time last year, I think we were meeting on something like this. Yeah. So, what is it that you want to command on?
Well, part of it was taking care of with Alexandra. Right now, I have a tremendously long list of things to do. Hugely long list of things to do, which some of the things are in various stages of completion. And now I've kind of lost track. I had everything somewhat well organized, got to do this and this and this. I've been doing so many video calls and Zooms and things like that everything's on the floor in a big old pile. Yeah. And my office, my desk is a hot holy mess. And I found at the end of the day yesterday, I found things written on napkins. As a thought comes out of my head and I don't want to lose it, I just write it down on whatever is there. Mm-hmm. It's just a mess. And I can't get any traction. I want to apply for an SBA loan. There's so many things that I need to do, want to do, have to do, that I'm not able to. Yesterday I got nothing done. Nothing. I was just like sitting in place all day long. I think that might have been, I'd done a meditation with a friend in the morning and she said it was a major energy shifting kind of meditation. I literally couldn't get out of the bed. She said, oh, I guess I should have told you we're going to shift a lot of energy. Okay. Yeah, you have to do that at 9 o'clock on Monday morning. So I need to get a real perspective of what needs to be done. And I have to get it done. I have to at the end of the day say I accomplished these 5 things today. I'd be able to do that so that I can move on to the next 5 or 10 or whatever. The list has gotten so long because I don't have very much help to do it. Yeah. So the list just gets longer. And now I have to rewrite my whole front of my website because what people were concerned about 2 weeks ago is not what people are concerned about now.
No. I had a whole set of emails and suddenly none of it meant anything. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't mean anything. What's going on? So I have to redo all of that, write new copy, writing a newsletter, of course. There was one other thing that I just need to get that extreme focus of what's important, what's not. How do I just get it done? How do I adopt that attitude of just do it, don't think about it, just take one step? I'm just not doing that, and it's really starting to pile up to the point where I'm almost immobilized by it.
Yeah. Number one, that's such a that whole trick about scattering and running and all of that. So thank you,
Wonderful
beautiful.
avoidance.
Thank you, beautiful, cluttery mind. We
I
owe
know.
your smart brain, you. But for one, just on the practical thing, the SBA loans, there's very limited. There's basically going to be 1 million available, and there's 45 million entrepreneurs. So I would say for you to focus on that. And as you're doing that, I think the other pieces are going to come back in, but you need to make a decision on what is the one thing for the next, 5 days. You're trying to get 5 things accomplished. You need to have one folder, and then, focus on 2 or 3 things that would support it. I think you've got too much in your bandwidth is part of what's going on. Yeah. And then just pull out everything that supports that one thing and move everything over. Don't try to get everything organized, just pull through. But you might have one morning that you go, I'm going to look through my notes and decide what's trash or treasure. But I mean, I wouldn't even go spend more than an hour on it. Okay. So that word trash or treasure, all of a sudden that popped up, and the confusion is right now your mind doesn't know the difference between trash and treasure and busy and accomplishment. Okay. So, and even what the prize is, but the word treasure. Okay. And, I think even with Carmen's in that map, right? So all of a sudden it's like, I don't know how I find my treasure. I only know I have a map with a crystal clear path to that treasure. Now, and I am fulfilled. And now, guys, I'm going to just explain to you, we can download from source what it means to have our treasure and to know what treasure is. Joanne's a very metaphorical person, and she and I are hooked up. I'm already almost like going right into channel here. But I'm just going to invite source right now. I don't know how I have a direct download from source on what my treasure is and where my treasure is and how to find it. I only know my treasure is before me now, and I am blessed. And now we're just going to let that direct download from source and all the skills, attributes, abilities that's going to bring in the right to focus on, your spiritual spyglass to find it. And I don't know how I allow this clutter to release. I only know the clutter is released now. And I am free to find my treasure. Now, and I am fulfilled. There we go. Is that helpful? But somehow that treasure.
Yeah, I think the treasure, you like that word? And I think the treasure will also give me an answer of where do I need to go next. When I get something, I say, okay, this is the treasure, because I have so much to offer to people. The time is right. What I got when this whole coronavirus thing started is there's never been a better time for me to be what I am.
Absolutely.
For me to sell what I sell, for me to do what I do.
Yeah.
It's just very delicate right now how to get it done without selling. I got reprimanded by a client today that said, you're always in selling mode. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, your slides are too promotional. I'm like, okay. So she was giving me a little lesson. And that was, particularly to her audience, which is all nonprofit people who are super sensitive to trying to be sold something.
Right.
But, so I want to find what is my treasure? What's the one thing I can promote right now that will bring, because I lost all my work.
Yeah. So yeah, my treasure, and you're right. You are the treasure. You're the treasure they seek. And that could be the other thing too. I don't know how. I am the treasure they seek. Right? I only know I am that treasure now.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Joanna. Sandra, how are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm doing good. I'm mostly just learning from what the other people are asking for. So I don't have anything solid to work on right now. And then plus I'm looking forward to the class that's going to be starting this week.
Yes, on Thursday the 2nd. Thank you for saying that, the Commanding Wealth program.
Okay, maybe we can command that I squeeze every little bit of value out of that, out of those sessions.
We're going to make sure. But yeah, the thing is, you don't have your big vision yet. Okay. So I don't know how I have because I think you're still unwinding a bit from your old career.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it would even come back to what Carmen's was, right on that map, that crystal clear map, and with Joanna and the treasure. So yes. For you, it is detaching from your ordinary thinking. So I don't know how I am detached from my ordinary thinking and connected to my greater thinking. I only know I am connected to source mind now, and I am fulfilled.
Good.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was just working on an exercise from a book that said, will you write down what you wish, what you want, what you need?
Yeah.
And the connection to source was one of the things I had written down. So that's pretty good on your part there.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're connected to source. There's nothing. Yeah. Thank you. All right. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump up to Marlene right quick, and then I'll go to Karen. Hey, Marlene, how are you doing? Oop. I think she might have stepped away. I want to go ahead and move over to Karen. Hi, Karen. How are you?
I'm well. How about you?
I am doing fine. And what are you commanding for?
Clarity. I have decided to withdraw from yoga school because, we don't know what's happening. Mm-hmm. And I got offered a job that I would have loved to have, but it was too much exposure. So I'm just looking for clarity on what's the next thing, what's the right thing, what's in front of me now that I can do. How may I serve now?
Okay. Well, I mean, with the school and everything, but there's still some dreaming. You're so used to the doing, but I want to encourage you to have some dream time. And can I say too, I watched your video on playing the drums and I loved it. I loved your drum. There was so much energy there.
Thank you.
I'd love to see a virtual drumming circle started. I love me some drumming.
Fun. Yeah, I plan to do some more videos with the bowls and whatnot.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna just stick with Carmen's. I don't know how and then even with Joanna's, and I don't know what my treasure is.
Yeah.
And I have to say too, Karen, not to reveal too much, but I think on the inners, you were feeling all of this coming. I think this is what a lot of that reaction that you were experiencing even in the fall was around.
For a long time, I think.
Yeah. So so now it's you as the healer, right? So as a healer and a teacher, this is the time we were born for. And right now we don't know our right role. Okay, we don't know our right place. So I don't know how my right role and my right position is made clear to me. It's not what to do, it's where do you stand. And literally, if you're doing yoga or the drum or, you know, holding someone's hand and listening to them, there's literally no difference. Kind of like with Joe, you know, with Alex, it's about you being who you are and having a way to be present with people. Okay. But in my right role and my right position.
Great.
Yeah. I don't know how I'm in my right role and my right position as a healer. I only know I am now and I am fulfilled.
Nice.
Yeah. That kind of shifts the focus a bit. And then from there, you'll know what to do next. Okay?
And you're very right. I'm not on camera because I've been cleaning windows all day. I'm in no shape to be on camera. So more dreaming and less doing.
All right. Well, I thank you. I appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'm going to go to the Banik because they're in India. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. It's the middle of the night here.
It is. Well, you're one of the reasons I moved this to noon so that more folks on the other side of the world could be a part of the group.
I'm having difficulty hearing.
I apologize. It could be the connection, but what are you commanding for?
Oh, well, many of my payments are stuck. That's number one. Number two, I want to know the best thing for me to do, both to give and to get. Post the nationwide lockdown that I'm in now in India, there's a 21-day government-imposed lockdown here.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a conversation on this accidentally when you posted the video of a nurse in the United States. India is doing a very stern job of handling this virus thing, and so far a good job.
Yeah.
And once this is over, I want to know the best thing for me to do to get rolling again. And right now I want my payments released, and then how to get back onto my earlier, whatever I was commanding for earlier. To be very honest with you, I've lost the feeling place of actually, feeling that I have it in my escrow.
Okay.
I'm kind of energetically off alignment right now.
Yeah. So the most important out of all that you said is your connection to source and that feeling of your connection, right? And your own intuition. So that's the command. I don't know how. I have a clear, strong connection to source.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I missed, these are important words. I missed the last 2-3 words.
I don't know how. But then, and we can listen to the replay too. I don't know how. I have a clear, strong connection to source. And we have, let me see. I don't know how I have a clear, strong connection to source and clear communication. I only know that I am connected now and I am fulfilled. And so you may have to watch the replay, but I only know I'm connected now and I am fulfilled. Okay?
Okay, and I've been able to hear that part. So that's the first part. After that?
That's all you're going to focus on for this. Everything else is going to come from that connection. Okay? Clean, clear connection to source. And we are in good communication together. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Everything else is going to come from your connection.
Let me share a little bit more.
No, I'm going to have to pause you. Debanik, I apologize. I have more people to get to. I have to push through a bit. So right now, as far as like what's coming through for you, like what I'm getting, work on your connection to source. Okay? And then the commands will start coming. And then we can connect in the group and I'll be happy to connect with you some more there. Okay? Are you there?
Could I share something in the chat then?
Yes, please. Okay? Because I'm going to move on, and because we're about 5 minutes. So thank you. All right. All right. Guys, I have an hour allocated. I'm happy to go further. If you need to drop off, let me know, and you can type what it is you're commanding for in the chat. I'm going to keep going, but go ahead and type in the chat what it is you're commanding for, and then we'll do the command on that, okay? So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk us up to source and do a group command, and then I'm going to come back and keep checking with everyone. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so let me come back to share just a moment. All right, let me get us to the screen here so that I can do this. And of course it's not working. I wanted to get to the screen share and it froze on me. There it is. This is exactly where I want to be. Okay. So what we have are the 6 steps, and I'm going to walk you up, and based on what we've gotten today, have you noticed that the message right now is clarity, right? What's up in this group, every single person has said, you know, I don't know what the next thing to do. I don't know the right action. I don't know how to make sure I get the money is going to come like demonic. I don't know what is, you know, where do I focus my attention? Well, just that last piece was, hey, let's be connected to source so that everything else aligns to that. Okay, when I take you through the grounding, it's going to align you to your purpose. And then as we make the command, then the answer that comes back is going to align, and everything that has been a concern for you is going to be able to be more clear. Okay, now, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through the 6-step process, and then I'm going to do a general command, and then I will come back and I want to make sure I check in with everybody else who can still be on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the 1 command. So right now I just want to invite you to close your eyes and focus on your heart. And the master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And now, in this space of this love that's between us, let that love become illuminated. Let it light up and expand all the way around us and us in the circle. As we greet master to master, love to love, heart to heart, in support of each other. Bring your attention back to your heart as you're aligning to your purpose. And your purpose could be clarity, it could be money, it could be for the next right idea, it could be for the support. But think about that bigger goal, and that is your purpose. Now I just wanted to invite you to picture, visualize, or imagine that you're like a tree and that you are connected to the earth and you have long roots going deep down into the earth. And as you feel your connection to the earth, feel the earth's connection to you. And bring up that beautiful, creative life force energy. And feeling that energy coming up through the bottom of your feet, into your shins, your knees, your thighs, into your hips. Traveling up your spine to support your neck and your shoulders, down your arms, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Surrounding you. Oh, and just that support as you bring your attention to your heart and you align to your purpose and the greater good that fulfillment of your purpose would bring in your own life, in the lives of your friends and family, in the lives of your customers or students or people you do business with. Align to that greater good that is served in the fulfillment of your purpose, of your desire. And as you tune into that, it's easy to realize that there's no end to the good that this could create. And all the good in all the forms that could arrive. Now I just want to invite you to connect to Source and picture, visualize, or imagine that there's a pole of light beaming down on you directly from Source. And I invite you to roll your eyes up and travel up that beam of light. And the higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself surrounded by this beautiful black void in space. And break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. With your eyes up, silently follow along with this command. Number 1, I don't know how. I have a crystal clear map that reveals my treasure, my true treasure. And the way is made to take action and follow that map. I only know I have everything I could want, need, or desire in order to take right action right now. And I am fulfilled. And just let your eyes relax. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. I don't know how my daily needs are abundantly met. I only know that everything I need, everything I want, everything I require is here before me now. And I receive it. I awaken to it. I grab a hold of it now. And I am fulfilled. And I don't know how. I have more than enough money. I don't know how I'm easily getting new ideas and taking action on them quickly to generate income. I only know I have exactly what I need. Now and I am fulfilled, and I don't know how the right words are put into my mouth, the right images come to my mind. I am hearing the right feedback. I only know I am attuning to the image, the sound, the vibration, the feeling, the confirmation of where my treasure lies. Now and I am fulfilled. It is calling to me and I respond. I say yes. Now and I am fulfilled. And now just let your eyes relax. Allow all that to expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good in its fulfillment. An idea greater than yourself, even greater than what you thought could happen. Just let it go. There's nothing to do. But now just begin to receive and just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And feel yourself coming back down into your body in this new position, this right position in the right role, with the right thoughts and the right words, and the clarity of vision. Just let it come in, just yes, and start actively saying yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, yes, yes, yes. And all the courage and all the confidence, yes, 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 thank you, thank you, thank you. And as this is coming in, what starts to happen is this new state of being starts to unwind, unwind, unwind. Those old constraints, those old rules, those old limitations, all the way down to your DNA. Just let it unwind, unwind, unwind. And then as the new ideas on your right role, in your right position, in the right action, the right opportunity, all the right circumstances begin to align back to you in a way that makes sense to you, that's easy and natural to you. We're just going to rewind, rewind, rewind. All the skills, attributes, abilities, all the new programming, let it begin to rewind, 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 and integrate. When you're ready, bring your attention back to your heart. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Ooh. So I'm going to, yeah, I think that covered a lot of it today. So, but I do want to come in and say hi to some folks because Efren said that they wanted to comment on how to receive their abundance money of $1,000 a day. And that's easy. Efren, I'm going to tune into you now.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you?
I'm in California, San Luis Obispo County.
Oh, I love that area. Love that area. You just set your intention. We did a command. When you think about that $1,000 now, or that $1,000 a day, you may not know exactly what to do, but now when you think about it,
I've been doing online marketing through affiliate marketing and Facebook advertising, and I am following a program. My mentors make $1 million a month, but I haven't been able to crack the code like on getting it. I get people like I get so many leads that they actually process the orders, but they never pay. I don't know. It's weird. It's hold. It's on hold.
They go cold. Yeah, that there's that little bit of indecision. So I wonder what indecision in you they're matching. Okay.
Okay.
So I wonder where you're going cold. So it's never them, it's you.
Okay.
So that's one area to look. Here's the other thing, like when you said you don't crack the code, I'm going to share a little technique that kind of helps you get into a different relationship with this thing that you're learning.
Sure.
And so we have this idea of the thing called the course, right? The mystery school of affiliate marketing, right? Yes. And so right now you're on the outside of it. You're not on the inside. And none of it makes sense yet. You kind of go, you get it on one level, but the click hasn't happened, right?
Yes, the complete click.
So just like with demonic, like I don't know how I'm in this connection to source. Right now, there could be this kind of argument you're having with the program mentally. I don't know, I can't get it, I don't like it. So there's some resistance. So what I tell people to do is to get an image of this course that you're taking and send it up to Theta. Like there was the picture of the course when you clicked in to buy it, right?
Okay, yes.
Get that image, send it up to Theta. We're just going to send it out to Creator. And then you say, I don't know how I have an intimate understanding of this process. I only know that I absolutely understand everything I need to understand now, and I am fulfilled. I don't know how I'm having a new conversation with myself in this course. Conversation is important. I don't know how I have a new conversation with this course. I only know that we are co-creating wealth now, and I am fulfilled.
Thank you.
Isn't that exciting?
Very exciting. It's just like, for example, like I was on the verge. I got like a new aha moment on it, and I was about to do it, and I was in Thailand, and Facebook shut down all 10 of my accounts, like where I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I have a lot of that going on, and I have other sources of money, but they're not coming out. Everything's on hold. Like, it's on hold. It's not materialized. Not materialized.
So, yeah. So right now, don't argue with what's happened. Just say, well, thank you. I didn't know I wanted all of that shut down.
Yes.
You created it. And so I don't know how I create the right thing, right? So
Okay.
just let yourself move around on that, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
You.
Thank you.
That's good.
Celine, I'm going to check in with you right quick. How are you?
Hi, Catherine.
Oh, hello, Celine.
Oh, that was amazing. All the commands. Yeah, so thank you. And I love your love as soap analogy in the email that you sent yesterday. I don't think after all that I have anything else.
Okay.
I maybe if there was something, it would be holding the resonance of kindness. I'm finding that all last week, the judgy part of me is playing out. So other people are showing up, friends and family are coming out. I'm witnessing their constriction, their habitual, their unconscious habits, and I'm finding I'm flared up in a, yeah. So I'm assuming that that's reflecting the part of me that's judgy. That's
so
that's
when
critical.
You need that, what do we say? We say, good. I didn't know. Yeah. And then, so for you, what's the opposite of judgment?
I felt it was kindness. It was just, yeah, kindness, openness,
acceptance.
Acceptance, yes.
I love kindness, though, because it's a superpower. It's a very overlooked superpower. It takes a lot of integrity and strength to be kind in this world. So my mom always said it's a hard world, but meet it with a kind heart. And because we don't know what people are going through.
I guess there is a sense of safety, perhaps, that's being threatened.
Yeah.
And I think that's why perhaps kindness doesn't come always. It's kind of when it pings against your, it gets my own safety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, it's because of kindness is the only reason anyone's ever survived, right? It's been that kindness and that connection. So it's you're getting the message on that, and you're one of the spiritual people too, that as you get it, it creates this ripples around you. So go ahead and welcome that judgy part of you, because as you do that work, you're going to be clearing it up for a lot of people.
I guess when I have the image of a kind of slapping, I can do it with flowers.
That's right. This go. Oh, that's good.
Thank you, Catherine. Thank you, everyone.
I'm going to check in with Jay Hammond. Hello? Are you still with me? All right, I'm going to move on. Jay, if you make it back, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, are you there? All right. And then I'm going to go ahead and check in with Elsie. Elsie, are you still with me?
I am, yes.
Hi, was this helpful today?
Pardon?
Was this helpful today?
Yes, very helpful. I joined a bit late, but the one command is something I've used before now. So certainly the refreshing of the going to theta was very, it refreshed my memory of how to do it and how to command. So yeah, so very helpful. Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Welcome to the group. Where are you tuning in from?
From the West Midlands in the UK.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I appreciate you joining, and I'll be making the replay available in the group. And then I just realized I could be posting it on YouTube too. Please pardon me. My little dog is scratching at the door. He found a way. I've built these barriers so he wouldn't do it. And so he's like going, please let me in. I was like, I am not letting him in. But so I got a little distracted. But thank you so much. And I look forward to getting to know you better.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and finish up. Sandra, hi. I'm just going to go, and we're over a bit. So Cassandra, I apologize for not being able to connect with you, but thank you for joining. And we're going to be doing this every Tuesday at noon. And then I think I need to find a more efficient way to check in, but I definitely want to be able to talk with you guys about what would be the best, command. Is that helpful to you guys? Let me get back over here. And yeah, just informing that. And isn't it interesting that as we do that one command, I mean, one person, everybody's having that same kind of experience. So I always think there's no mistake in the group of people that get together. Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you so much. And I look forward to getting to know more about you and being the support of your dreams. So there's one last piece, and I'm going to attempt to change the view on this. Let me see if I can. There we go. There's one last piece that before we go. Okay. And this is a key piece in the commanding well circle. So I'm going to take off my glasses. This is my left eye. And if you could connect into your left eye. All right. And in the circle at the end, there's this moment after people have stated what they wanted. And then we go back around and we would say the person's name. And then we'd say, like, let's say Carmen commanded for clarity, right? She doesn't know what what the map is, right? So I would say, Carmen, I absolutely know that the next steps are crystal clear to you and you're taking right action right now, and I support you. Okay, this is a big piece, but I need to talk to all of you. So here's what I'm saying. I absolutely know that everything that you have commanded for today is fulfilled. And it is fulfilled in a way that is so easy and natural that it catches you just by surprise and you laugh in delight when it is revealed to you. And I support you. I absolutely know that you have everything within you now to make it so. And I bless you for it. So, and so if you could imagine that happening over and over again in the circles and getting that message back. So right now, here in the circle, I just want to invite everyone to just tune back into their heart And remember when we met, so master to master, and there was this light. And I just want to invite you to put this message on your heart and send it one to another. I absolutely know it is so now, and I support you. I absolutely know it is so now, and I support you. And I just witnessed that message going from heart to heart, from master to master. And feel that energy coming back into you, being felt and heard and seen and known and supported on every level, in every step of the way. And when that feels complete, bring your attention back to your heart. Open your eyes. And so, now, my friends, it's time for us to separate. And until next time, this is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.